Master web development with SkillBakery. Hey everyone! Ready to level up your web dev skills? Introducing SkillBakery.com premium courses starting at just $6 or 500 rupees. Sign up today and learn in-demand skill sets. Unlock your potential today at SkillBakery.com.
Hello and welcome to another exciting video. Continuing from previous one. In this one, we'll be looking at how we can make use of the spread operator to merge objects, as well as we'll see other features like for in versus for off and converting objects to array and array to objects. And then we'll also be exploring map versus flat map, and we'll see how optional chaining helps us in accessing items from objects as well as from arrays. So starting with merging objects using spread operator. We have two objects over here, object A and object B. Both are key value pair objects, as you can see. Now, in order to merge object A with object B, we can make use of this spread operator like this. So we have curly brackets and then the spread operator for object A, and then the spread operator object B, and we close it using the curly brackets. And then we have the object C over here, as you can see. And if I take you to this output over here, we have A, B, C, D, and E. That is, we have a new object which is merged, and the merging was done using the object A and B. So that's how we can merge objects. Now let's move to for in versus for off. So here, as you can see, we have an array, and if I go and make use of item of array, then we are actually accessing the actual values like 1, 2, and 3. That you can see over here, 1, 2, and 3. And if I go ahead and make use of item in array, in that case, we will be accessing the index. So here I have a typo. Let me correct it because I have used the array from the previous example. So let me put it over here as item array, and here as well. Now you can see that we have the values as 1, 2, and 3, and then we have, when we are doing the item in item array, we are actually getting the index as the output. So it's 0, 1, and 2. Along the way, what we are doing is we are making use of object.entries, and here we are passing the object. Object.entries basically converts an object into an array representation. So here, this object that we had in our merge example, like object A, we are now converting it to a key value pair based array using object.entries, and then we are making use of the off. So for off is the example that we are making use of over here, key value, and then we are simply accessing the key and the value. So here it says keys A, value is 1, keys B, value 2, and key C, value 3. Now, if I have to just access the index for that particular object, we can go ahead and make use of the item in object A. And here, when we are logging in the console, you can see it's just printing the keys over here, or the indexes over here, A, B, and C. We can also convert an array back to an object using object.from entries. So here, the array object was basically created from object.entries, and then we are reverting it back. So we are saying that, okay, now convert the array back to its original object. So object.from entries takes the array as an input parameter, and then it converts it back to the object. So here we can see that the object is being shown over here, A1, B2, C3. Coming on to map versus flat map. So let's say we have an item array, and the item array, what we are trying to do is create a new map version of an array. So here it is going to contain two things, the element itself and then element multiplied by 2. So here, when we are logging it in the console, you can see it's providing me this array 2, array 2, array 2. And if I expand it, we have 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6. Further, we are going ahead and we are creating a flat version of this particular mapped array. So the flat version is like over here, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6. So it's like a single dimensional array now with map.flat. If I go ahead and use FlatMap instead, I can do the same operation in one statement itself, and we get the desired result over here. As you can see, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6. So whenever you feel like you have to make use of map and flat method, make use of FlatMap instead, and that will save you some steps. Now, coming on to the other aspect, whenever we have some objects or array, we can access them using optional chaining. So this basically returns an undefined instead of throwing an arrow. For example, if I go ahead and say item array, then a question mark, dot, and then I specify the index position. So here at index position 1, we have some items like 2. Then for object A and the key A, we have a value 1. I've created another object over here and assigned it a null value. Now over here, if I say other along with question mark dot d, you can see that I'm getting undefined over here as the output. But if I go ahead and say directly other dot d, now d is not part of other at all. In that case, you can see we are getting an error. So instead of getting an error using the null quilting or optional chaining option, we are getting the undefined as the output. So this basically avoids unnecessary errors that might get created while accessing attributes of an object or array items.